Stica Virtual Guides Academy.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to the Stica Virtual Guides Academy. Today we're going to talk about how to create a video masterpiece using only your phone, your hands, and your imagination. I'm going to start with some tips about your phone camera settings. I'm going to read them all and then we will discuss it. So let's start. Keep the lens clean. Pay attention to the light. Keep the objects in focus. Don't use zoom and experiment with settings. So the first tip is about keep the lens clean. I think it's something basic because on your lens can be your fingerprints or in your pocket can be some trash, some garbage or and when you put your phone in your pocket, please be careful with camera lens. So you need only to wipe it with a tissue and everything will be much better. Pay attention to the light. Light should illuminate the object you're filming, so it should be behind you. Of course, when you're filming yourself, as I'm doing right now, the light should be in front of you. Keep the objects in focus. I think it's also one of the basic rules. You need just to tap on your screen and the object will be in focus. Nobody wants to watch some blur picture. Don't use zoom. Please don't. The quality of your video will be much worse if you use zoom. It's better to come closer to an object you want to film. As you can see on our example, the quality is awful. And experiment with settings. In this rule, I want to talk about ISO, or it's just a light sensitivity in camera. It can help you if you want to film your video in some dark place. On slide you can see an example how to use it. And remember, if it's sun weather, ISO should be from 100 to 200. No more. And if it's bad weather conditions and it's dark outside, ISO should be from 400 and higher. To find this option in camera, you need to open your phone camera and scroll. You will see a word more. Then you need to tap on it and there will be an options. You need to tap on Pro and on the screen you see where the ISO is. Another thing in settings which is really important is macro shooting. It will be on menu when you tap more on your camera settings. There will be Pro, macro shooting, time lapse, night shooting, food. Macro shooting is important when you want to film something in details. For example, you're in an art gallery and you want to show people the texture of painting. So now we're going to talk about how to shoot outside. It's more creative side of our webinar. So there's also some basic rules you need to remember. Look into the camera. I will show you now what does it mean. As you can see, now I'm looking at myself. I can check my hair, which is not really good. I can check my makeup. It's much better when you're looking into the camera. It's like a face-to-face conversation with people. Record the sound on the microphone. Oh my god, it's so important in live tours because video tours or pre-recorded tours, you can film something, you can go home and just record your voice. Use your microphone because there is so much noise on the streets, there is so much people, buses, cars, and animals, kids. If you're in the frame, stand in the middle. It's very important when you're filming just yourself. If you're on the street and you want to show some beautiful monument, of course, you can move and show it. But please, if you're filming only yourself, be innocent. Never shoot vertically. I think every virtual tour guide or even a person who is interested in filming should remember this rule. Never shoot vertically because it's very bad. Professionals don't shoot vertically, remember it. Don't forget about stabilization. We're gonna talk a little bit later about how to stabilize your phone with no equipment. If you shoot on the phone, always shoot in such proportion that there will be no black frames. Imagine you're watching a YouTube video and people shoot it, for example, in 3 to 4 proportions. It's like a square. So there's black frame on the right and on the left. Nobody wants to watch such video. Use 9 to 16 proportions. It's like a standard YouTube proportion. Details come first. I'm gonna show you what I mean a little bit later, but always remember that if you're filming something big or it's a set painting, you need to come closer and show people details. It's really important. Maybe if it's a monument of famous person, you need to show their face in details, maybe their clothes, because you see this monument or paintings in live. People don't see details on video. They need your help. Be careful while shooting. I'm talking about fingers in a frame. For example, when you're asking your grandmothers to take picture of you and all you see is her big finger. And please always look at what you're filming right now. And now you will see how to use my advices in practice. First of all, you need to hold your phone with 2 hands. Also, you can bend your knees a little bit, then you will be more stable. Or you can just sit down. Use your imagination and try to find something you can lean your arms on. Or you can simply sit on a bench. Here is an example how to shoot a monument. As I said many times, close-ups and details is very important. Also, don't forget to be aware with horizon line. Speaking about ways of shooting, you can keep these rules. You need to keep the shot direction of the frame. Then your video will be more enjoyable to watch. Here is an example of keeping forward shot direction. If you are filming a person, you need to follow proportions. On the screen, you can see an example of 1/2 shoulder length portrait and, of course, close shooting. A time-lapse feature. You can find it in camera settings near macro shooting On the screen, you can see how to shoot it if you don't have an equipment, such as tripod or stabilizer. You should be really careful with air in the frame when you're filming a building. While shooting a square, don't forget to take an overview so people can immerse themselves in the city's streets. And now you can see a very creative way how to shoot streets, buildings, or whatever. You can use any elements on the street. And with the help of this way of shooting, you can go from one shot to another. But you should be really accurate to catch the moment you stop another shot to continue the other one. And at the end, I want to show you how, with the help of your imagination, you can shoot a really creative video of a stump. To get more information, sign up for our paid course. There, you will learn not only about phone shooting, but also about tour guiding, live streaming, content making, storytelling, and of course, editing. Choose one of our courses. All graduates get a contract with an international company. To get more information, follow the link in the description.
Stica Virtual Guides Academy.